Hi! We're starting new stories and writing workshop today. So you should have out your story map. And we've talked about this once before, but let's go over it again. So this is a story map, and this will help you plan your story. And we're using these to help us make sure that our pages go together, that our story continues from one page to the next, to the next, maybe to the next, to the next, however many pages that you have. So, planning your story out ahead of time helps you to organize your thoughts and to know what's going to happen next in your story. So, when you're writing, you have a plan to follow and you won't get confused and maybe add in just a random page that doesn't even fit with the rest of your story. So having a plan to follow along with is really helpful in organizing your writing. So, we're going to give that a go. So, what I want you to do is think about a story. That's the first step. That's the first thing I did was I just thought. And I told you this story when we were at school together, and I'm going to tell it to you again. I'm someone who likes to tell those stories over and over, I guess. So this is the story of when Silas, Dan, and I went skiing. And Dan and Silas, well, Silas said, "Mom, follow us." And he wanted me to come on a hard trail with them. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I can do that trail. It looks really tricky, maybe too hard for me. I'm a little nervous. And then I said to myself, okay, I'm going to give it a try. If I fall, I fall, but I'm going to give it a try. And I tried it, and I did it. I made it down the trail without falling even. It was hard, but I did it. And at the end, I felt really proud of myself and thought, I can do hard things. I'm glad I tried. So that's the story. So my first step was think of a story. And I picked a story out of my life because I already know what happened. I can already imagine what was happening at the beginning of my story. I know what happened in the middle, and I know how it ended because I lived through that story. I know all the pieces. So if you're having trouble thinking of an idea with a beginning, middle, and end, pick something that happened in your life. Pick a moment, pick a time, and just write about that. Pick a small moment. Do you notice I didn't write about the entire ski day? That would have been a really, really long story, and it would be hard to add details for the whole day. But I just picked one tiny moment out of that day. So So it's kind of like if you think about a watermelon. My whole ski day was that entire watermelon. But this was just one moment in the ski day, kind of like one of the seeds of the watermelon. Okay. So there's different parts to this story map. Of course, name, you can put your name to start out with. And then the title part, I usually save that for the end because I feel more inspired after I think about all the parts of my story. Okay? So think about the characters. Who, what people, what animals, who will be the characters in your story? Go ahead, draw a picture. These don't have to be perfectly detailed pictures. Remember that word jotting that we've talked about before? Kind of jot down a picture. If you'd rather write the words, you can write words. I could have written Silas, Dan, Becky, but I drew pictures. For this one, this is the setting. Where does your story take place? Okay, where? Mine was at the ski mountain. So I drew a quick picture of the ski mountain. So what happened at the beginning of my story? Silas said, "Mom, follow us." I didn't write all the details. It's just a quick picture and this speak bubble says, "Mom, follow us." Okay? When I go to actually write my story, I will add maybe a few pages, okay, to describe the beginning, 2 or 3 maybe. Same for the middle and the end. This is just quick, just the idea, so I can remember that. For the middle, remember that's the part where I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to go on that trail. I don't know what to do. There's me with kind of my face looking like, and thinking question marks. What should I do? What should I do? And then here I am over at the end. After I did the trail, I made it and I felt proud. I'm smiling. Here's the talking bubble and it says, I did it. Okay. Again, this might each of these sections might turn out to be a few pages when I write the story. But for now, it's a quick, simple picture just to remind me of what will happen in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Your job today for writing workshop is to think of a story. Okay? Think of who the characters will be. Will they be people or animals? Is this a story from your life? Like I did a story from my life. Where did the story take place? Where's the setting going to be? And then you'll just do quick pictures or quick words about the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and get started on that? And when you finish, that's it for writing today. Let's see, your magic word for today is ski hill. Oh, here comes Willow. Okay, so, or actually, let's not say ski hill. Let's say I did it. Okay, the magic word for words for today are I did it. So when you hear those magic words, it's time to focus and work on your story map. I also, you'll notice, included another video of someone else creating a story map. So if you need another example to feel inspired for inspiration, go ahead and watch that video and you can see another teacher who made a story about her life. Okay, have fun.